Every week on our first day of the broadcast week, of course, it's a short week with the Family Day long weekend in the books. We hope you had a great one. Our friends at Kuby Energy, with renewable energy, give us an opportunity to focus on the positives, to express ourselves, to share our joys, to talk about those random acts of kindness. We call them positive reflections. An email like this one from MJ absolutely fills our bucket. MJ says, this show makes a difference. Says, please keep talking real talk. I'm finding comfort and clarification from this program. It's answering questions I didn't even know I had. It's covering topics thoroughly and giving well-rounded views. With rights come responsibilities. MJ says, I've realized I have much work to do. To the entire team, have the very best rest of the day. That from MJ. Man, oh man, that made my day. I think thousands of people should hear this one. How about this one from TM? This goes in an interesting direction, but I wanted to slot it into positive reflections. TM says, thank you for your recent panel, the February 11th panel, touching on Black History Month. A very informative and interesting conversation. One of your guests said, put yourself outside your comfort zone. Could mean reading a book about a different ethnicity or someone's different perspective, and I understood what that guest meant, and two books came to mind. Number one, when I was 12 years old, I first read The Diary of Anne Frank. The book had an enormous effect on me and helped me frame a sense of empathy at an early age. The second book that impacted me in a major way was The Color Purple. It informed me about maybe certain similarities in my life with characters in the book. My mom had a close friend who had survived physical abuse at the hands of her husband. She fled to our house on multiple occasions. When I read The Color Purple, I was able to understand some of the dynamics of these abusive relationships. But I also read about prejudice and how characters suffered simply because of the color of their skin. Of course, I could empathize, not because I knew as a white woman what it would be like to suffer from racial prejudice, but because I could relate from one human to the other about unfairness of burdens that some bear. Empathy does not come from understanding differences. It comes from understanding how similar all of us are to each other. That from TM. And thanks for tuning in, TM. And this one from Bonnie. We'll end with this. Bonnie says, over this Family Day weekend, I found out a dear friend is an anti-vaxxer. Maybe not an anti-vaxxer, like she's not militant, obviously. Bonnie says, I had no idea for the past year or so, but she hasn't got her COVID shots, and she told me she doesn't intend to. I found out as we were spending some much-needed quality time together. We haven't seen each other face-to-face in ages, and I was so grateful to have a chance to get out on our cross-country skis and enjoy this beautiful winter weather with a good friend. So why is this a positive reflection? Although I'm still processing my feelings about her unwillingness to do what I think is the right thing, not just for her, but for everybody around her, this weekend was the first time all of this debate and so-called division got personal for me. I was a bit stunned when I first heard. I hadn't expected it, but I treated her with the same love and goodwill I always have through 30-plus years of friendship. We spoke calmly and respectfully, and while neither of us changed our minds, yet I'm still hoping for her, I left with the feeling that maybe it will be possible to put Canada back together after all. That from Bonnie. Thanks for sharing, Bonnie. You can share your positive reflections with us anytime. And don't forget, kubyenergy.ca is where you can learn more about what our good friends are doing to help Canadians pursue their sustainable energy goals. Coming up on the show tomorrow, updates on these international developments we've talked about. And for dads-to-be like me, we're going to talk to the first male doula in Western Canada. That's Alikan Sumar is going to join us for a conversation on how to embrace your role. In the meantime, make it a great Tuesday. Thanks for liking and subscribing to what we're doing, and we'll talk to you soon.